Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel if you are a new viewer tuning in for the first time. Today we're going over how to calibrate an NH35 movement. For those who don't know, the NH series movements are owned by TMI, which is a subsidiary group of Seiko Corporation. Mods like this that we will be using in our video today will be available on our website 24jewelsandcounting.com. There will be a link in the description to that, as well as the Wishy Timegrapher that we're going to be using today. I will also have a link in the description to that. You can buy it just on Amazon if you're interested in that or are a modder yourself. Please do not calibrate this watch yourself unless you are an actual modder. If you're purchasing a watch like this from our website, it will void your warranty if you do it yourself. Please get it serviced by a professional, whatever that cost may be. We will reimburse you here at 24 Jewels and Counting. Please email us at 24jcwm@gmail.com. Send us a picture of what that cost was to fully calibrate your movement, or recalibrate your movement in this case, and we will reimburse you for that. Customer satisfaction is at the forefront of what we do here, and we would like to see that reflected in everything that we do. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video, guys. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It would mean the world to me, and let's go. Okay, so today, guys, we're going to be teaching you how to regulate your movement properly in your watch. This is an NH35 build, so of course we're using our blue gold, ocean gold submod today that we have available on 24jewelsandcounting.com. We do this with all of our watches just to make sure that everything is timed properly. Some of the tools that we're going to be using today are obviously our Timegrapher just here at the top. We're going to be using the tool that we put our watch on for the Timegrapher that actually regulates its beats so we can see how fast it's ticking. We use a toothpick for the regulator inside of the movement. This is to reduce scratching. And any flat blade screwdriver will do the trick for this specific bracelet, because this bracelet on this watch uses screws. So we'll flip that guy over. We'll take one of these screws out. This may take a minute just because there's a lot of threads on each of these screws. Just good because you don't want your watch to go anywhere. There we go. Just that little guy, just a screw pin. Put that off to the side for the time being. That will just come apart like this, and we'll put that in later. Grab our handy dandy rubber ball. Open that case back up. Twists. I should have done this with the case back on actually, but you want to fully charge this movement. So typically about 30 charges will be enough to charge it. You want to see it sort of around 280, 290 for its charge when we turn the Timegrapher on. And I'll show you guys what that looks like just right away here. That should be good for now. Okay, so that guy's ready to go. We'll turn our Timegrapher on just in behind here. And before we put the watch on, we're going to stop it. We're going to hit setting and sound. We're going to go down to lift angle, and many people get this wrong. Everybody thinks it's 52. It's actually 53 for the NH35. And many of the NH movements actually use the 53-degree lift angle. So that's good. The beat rate's going to go on auto because for the NH35 it is 21,600 beats per hour, I believe it is. And yeah, so we're just going to put that on auto. And put our watch on it. Again, the case back is off here right now, so you just want to be extremely careful. Otherwise, you're putting it on and off when you're adjusting it. So right now we want to see what this looks like. It'll pick up. I'm going to turn that off for a second to mute it. Oops, excuse me. This is the setting and sound. We're going to mute it from there. So right here, this is our Timegrapher. As you can see, it's at 281, just up here, 276 now. That is our power, how much power is in the movement right now, how many times we've wound it. Just up there is our beat rate, so yep, 21,600, which is perfect. That's what we want to see. And as you can see, it was timed almost perfectly at 0 seconds a day right now, with a couple variations between a +2, +1 there. So we're going to turn the watch over. We're going to mess it up just a little bit on the regulator there with the toothpick, retime it, and then I'll show you guys just kind of the process of what we do here. Take that watch, flip it over. I'll have close-ups again of what everything looks like here, so I'll be showing what the regulator looks like, again with like a toothpick. So right here we're going to take our toothpick and just mess it up ever so slightly here. We're going to turn our brightness up just a little bit with our light on the side, and we're going to just mess it up just a little bit. So it doesn't take a lot to mess it up. You move it just a little bit, basically by less than a millimeter, and it is messed up, I can assure you. So as you saw, it was at about 0. It is going to be much higher, I believe now, because of what I did. Yes, very, very high. So now we're sitting at 149 seconds a day, and I barely moved it. I moved it less than a millimeter, so you have to be very careful when you're doing this. So 149, we're going to take it off. Typically you want to let it run for about a minute just to kind of even out and see where you're sitting. But right now on the regulator you're going to see a positive and a negative sign. When you move the regulator arrow, again I'll have a picture just on the side, that is the side that we're going to push it up, or sorry, that is the direction that it's going to go. So when we move it to the negative side, it's going to even out on the negative, because obviously this one was going at 149 plus seconds a day, so it needs to go down. So we're going to be pressing it down by 149 seconds. This regulator gives a tension on the hairspring that we have in there on the balance wheel, and when it's positive it means we're adding tension, and when it's negative it means we're getting rid of some tension. So right now we need to get rid of some tension because there was too much, it's running too fast. Almost, so it's fluctuating a little bit. We'll let it run there. It's at -3 seconds a day, -1. And I've been doing this for a while, so even with me, typically it's a little bit difficult to get it on the first try. You sometimes have to be sitting here for about 10 minutes to be getting it down to about that -3 to +3 range. Right here it's looking very, very promising. It's at -5 seconds a day, which is very close to what we want to see. So I'll let that run for just a little bit longer, probably for the next length of the screen here, because we got -5, -5. I'm hoping for about -5 along the entire screen here, and then I can flip it back over and retime it just a little bit further. Perfect, okay. Take that off. And now it's negative. So what we want to do is push it towards the positive. And you have to tap this so lightly to the point where you can't even see it move, the regulator that is. So I barely gave it a tap. I barely tapped it. I didn't even see it move, but I know that it moved enough to time it properly. In fact, when I put it on here again, it's probably going to be in the positive again. Much higher, that is. Yeah, there we go, 41. That's kind of what I expected it to do. Okay, so again, back again, trial and error. I won't let this run too long because at 41, that is quite significant. You want to be seeing a number closer to 0 as soon as you put that on, and that's when you know you've done it most likely correctly. So right here, that was +41. Go ahead and give it a little bit of a jig towards the negative side. Again, being careful with the watch just because the case back is off. +1 seconds a day. That's very good, +3, okay. Should go sort of back to +1, I would imagine here. Yep, +2, there we go, going back in that direction. And typically when you're sitting around that -3 to +3 range, you're not going to have too much of a difference from your day-to-day wear. So now it's a +4. We'll let it run for just a little bit longer. +3. And typically here at 24 joules and counting, we'll have it sit between that -3 to +3 range, and if it consistently hits that mark, that's when we know that the watch is timed and it's good to go for the client. +2 seconds a day. Okay, so it's consistently staying under or at 3, which is great. It's exactly what we want to see. Because it's never going to consistently be at 0 seconds a day, just because when you're wearing your watch and you're turning your hand back and forth, you're putting more friction on the balance wheel depending on how you're wearing it. So it's going to consistently change throughout the day. Now it's going back up to +4. I don't like that too much, so we will change it one last time. This one may mess it up again, and you guys may be here for a little bit longer, but it's better to have it closer to 0 than fluctuating back to that +4 that we don't like. Barely anything, just wiggling it, not even moving it, seeing if I can just slightly tap it to the side. +28, that's a mistake, there we go, back to +3. That's what I meant by the wearing it and there being friction. As soon as I put it back on there was friction from when I was moving it around. +3, +4. +3. Okay, it appears it didn't do too much. So again, get that closer to move that rotor out of the way. Get this regulator closer to the negative side just by a little bit. Now it's closer to the -3, yes, because I tapped it just a little bit there, -1. That's exactly what we like to see. And one's not better than the other, whether it's negative or positive. It just matters that it's between that -3, +3 range. That's when you know it's timed properly. So I'm quite happy with this one. From 0 to -3, it's most likely going to go back down to -2 here after this. And when you are almost set on finishing it, you think that it's at a good time there, that's when you want to let it run for about 5 minutes to see where it's at in about 5 minutes. -2. There we go. That's when we know that it's ready to go. So we'll go ahead, take this off on the back, blow out the inside of our movement, just for any dandruff or anything like that, little dust particles. Put that case back on, screw it down, grab a rubber ball, there we go, tight, 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 good. Flip it over on its side, put our links together there. You're going to have to drop your screw in just on the back. Give it a couple wiggles so it drops into the other side on that furthest link. I'm going to grab our screwdriver. Make sure this guy is down nice and tight. Just like so. Good. Just like that. It's timed correctly. Give it one more test just before we put it away. Just like that. -2. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. There you have it, guys. That is what we have for the timing at 24 joules and counting, what that looks like for our Timegrapher. So there we have it, guys. We find ourselves at the end of our Timegrapher process and how we do it here at 24 joules and counting. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. If you did, again, please hit that like and subscribe button, the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.